told y'all I'd be back. I told y'all I'd be back. I told y'all I would be back. I'm on my Umar. I'm on my Dr. Umar stuff. I'm gonna say it 3 times. I'm gonna say it 3 times. I'm gonna say it 3 times. Nah, what's up? What's up? I told y'all I was coming back. Just did the video about Keefy D, about everybody being late to the party when it comes to the information of Diddy putting money on Tupac. And go check it out if you want to know what it's about. In the midst of that video, I talked about Atl Jacob. Atl Jacob is a producer, if you don't know who that is. Most notably for Future and Drake, I Will Wait For You. Atl Jacob, Atl Jacob, you dig? Another young boy that's barking up the Pac legacy, that's calling out Pac. Now I don't know if this is a clout chase or what. It seems like he genuinely believes what he's saying. He's saying that Kanye West has done more for hip hop than Tupac. He's also saying that Future is more influential than Tupac Shakur. All right, cool. It's one thing. It's one thing to have an informative opinion. It's another thing to speak out the side of your neck. I looked up Jacob. Let's just call him Jacob. Atl Jacob. I looked up his age. This man is 24 years old. So, when Pac died, this man was just born, like the day of, like the month, like the year Pac died. Atl Jacob, I don't even know if he was born yet. Matter of fact, no, he wasn't even born yet. He wasn't even thought of. Pac died in 96. Atl Jacob is 24 years old. So, number one, you don't even qualify to even speak on this because you had to be there for some things. I often get into a lot of debates with this generation. I need to do a whole nother video about the generations that have came after us because you can't tell these dudes nothing. They really believe that they know something when it comes to this hip hop. And the thing about my age group is we pretty much was here from the beginning. Okay, we pretty much lived the beginning of this thing. We've been through all kind of different phases. So to sum, that's another video. But to sum that up, we were living in the times when all this stuff was going on. So Atl Jacob wasn't even born, dog, to even feel Pac's impact, to know what it was like before Pac. Now let's go ahead and talk about it. Before Tupac brought the rock star rapper. He brought the rock star rapper vibes to the scene. Tupac did that. Who else did it? Who? Tupac brought the rock style rapper vibes to the game. Hanging with Madonna. Rocking Versace. Let's talk about the fashion. Who brought that Versace to the game? Tupac did. He was a hip hop dude, but you catch him in a button up silk shirt, gold chain, bald head at 24 years old. He brought that to the game. Tupac brought the tattoo situation. He brought the tattoos. Who else was doing tattoos like that? Tattoo was like a rock star, like a rock thing. Tupac brought the tattoo game. He popularized the tattoo game in hip hop. Now, you want to talk about influential. Let's match it up. What has Future done as influential as the tattoo game? The Versace game, the clothing, the rock star rapper vibes, hanging with celebrities, hanging with pop stars, hanging with rock stars, dating R&B chicks. Who did that first? It wasn't Future. It was not Future, dog. The thing about this is, when we talk about Tupac, the reason why his name keeps coming up is because most of the people that are out now were influenced by Tupac. So when they say Kanye is more influential than Tupac or Future, they were influenced by Tupac. Everybody was. Tupac came and changed the game. That's just, it is what it is, man. The way people spit on the tracks is a Pac thing. He brought feeling to the game. He really brought the soul, spirit and soul to the game. You can hear it in Future songs. You understand? So a lot of people clout chase Tupac, man. They know if they say Tupac's name, the whole internet is gonna go up in an uproar. But I'm here to say that Atl Jacob is not qualified to have this conversation. You're 24 years old, dog. We respect the youth, but bro, you gotta stay in the youthful place. You gotta ask a question. You can't measure who was more impactful when you were in diapers. You were in diapers, homie. You were in diapers. Matter of fact, you weren't in diapers. You weren't even born when Tupac was here laying his thing down. You weren't here, so you can't tell us what he brought to the table. You can only tell us what you see today. We can tell you what happened then and what's happening now. You can't tell us both sides. So it's funny because a lot of these younger people, younger generation, they constantly want to tell us about what's what, and y'all just don't know. And what I've realized is you just cannot argue with them. You can't. You just can't. They have the most ridiculous arguments. The most ridiculous arguments. You can't tell them nothing, man. So, Kanye West, that's arguable. He said Kanye West brought has done more for hip hop than Tupac. Okay, cool. Let's say that's the truth, right? Let's say that is the truth. Let's say he brought more to hip hop than Tupac. Tupac never would have went out like a sucker like Kanye. Kanye went out like a cold sucker. That's just what it is. I know everything is acceptable in 2003. You can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. There is no rules. There's no boundaries. I get it. That's what y'all rocking with. That's what a lot of the younger generation is rocking with. Anything goes. You dig? Look at the female music. Anything goes. It doesn't matter. There's no morals, principles, none of that. So we get it. But Tupac would have never went out like a sucker, man. He would have never said the things that Kanye has said. He would have never did the things that Kanye does or has done. So that automatically disqualifies him from the whole conversation anyway. But as far as Future, yeah, Future did the trap thing. Now, was that a contribution or was that a hindrance? Because at the end of the day, yeah, hip hop is down 40%. This hip hop is down. Sales are down 40%. 40%. Like, that's a big number, man. 40% is a big number. So did trap elevate us or did trap make us lose value? We got to ask ourselves these questions. And I love trap music. And I love Future. And I love Kanye's music. But for conversation's sake, we got to ask ourselves these questions. But it just seems like these guys don't have nothing else to talk about. They too fake to even compare Future to somebody that's still living, because they know they could lose some money or they could lose some opportunity. Why don't you compare Future to somebody that's still living, right? You're not going to do that. You're going to always pick on Tupac because he's in the grave. Everybody always got to say Tupac because they know he's the most impactful. They know, years later, almost 30 years later, he is the measuring stick. They know that 30 years later, he's still the top of the conversation every day. He's the biggest on the internet. Like, so many different forums and rooms and topics about Tupac still to this day. Future will never have that. Right now, Kanye, nobody's talking about Kanye every day. Nobody is talking about Kanye every day. Nobody is talking about Kanye every day. But guess what? There are rooms, forums, Podcast. They got a whole podcast. Bomb First. What's the other jump with Reggie Wright and them? I think it's Bomb First. They got a whole podcast crafted around Tupac and Death Row. They don't have that for these other cats, man. So, people can say what they want to say. It is what it is, man. Let Pac rest in peace. He is the GOAT. And we can go into why he's the GOAT another time. But I just broke down for y'all what he brought to the table that people are using today. Kanye's whole I don't give a F attitude, his whole F the world attitude, Tupac made that acceptable. Tupac made that possible. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Who else went against the grain like that, man? Tupac is the Kanye is the second Tupac. He came after Tupac. So Pac was the one that was always in the headlines. Pac was the one that was always stirring up trouble. He's Tupac's son, dog. That's his son. You know what I'm saying? And Pac would never agree with a lot of things Kanye has done, these past couple years. So, Jacob, man, go do some research, do some homework, go back into the archives. It sounds like you only listened to a couple of radio singles. But go back into the archives, man. Go check out Tupac and movies. Let's talk, man. What movie was Kanye West in? What movie was Future in? What movie were they in? Tupac changed the game, dog. He was in Juice. He was in Gridlock, Bulletproof, Poetic Justice. Come on, man. Knock it off, man. So, these young cats got to do better. Find something else to talk about, man. Get creative with it. Stop being scared and talk about somebody that's in the industry now. Don't pick on dead people. Talk about somebody that you can put neck and neck today. So that's what it is, man. Shout out to everybody out there. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm about to upgrade the office. I'm trying to get the office straight, get the studio straight. And we're going to have some lives. I'm going to probably broadcast every Tuesday. Top Flight Tuesdays. I like that. That sounds good. What y'all think about that? Leave a comment if you like to have Top Flight Tuesdays. 9 p.m. we go live and just chop it up on all the current events going on, hip-hop, old events, whatever you want to do. But I'm gonna have a studio looking real fly soon, man. So if you with me, you with me. I mean, this thing is kind of turning into like therapy for me, man. So if it get popping, it is what it is. But I just feel the need to bring my 2 cents to the table. So I appreciate everybody that's tapping in, everybody that's liking, subscribing, sharing. Thank you very much, man. Hope y'all have a prosperous day, prosperous evening. Thank you. Peace.